All right. Good evening, everybody. Pat, Sid. So I had a few technical issues getting the link up into the thingo. Don't know where Jay is at the moment. He's supposed to be. He's going to be earworming for me. I'll just give him a few minutes and see what happens. All right. We've got a big hole in the back here in this post. It's a big bark inclusion in here. Unfortunately, I can't see on the screen, so that's why I sort of wanted Jay here. I've got the computer a mile behind me at the moment. Fortunately, it's right on the tapered bit on the original post, which I'll show on the back here. It's down right on the join, which you can't see because the steady's in the way. But it's there's a bead there, and then it tapers down into that bead with a little bit of a cove in there. But it's not deep enough to get rid of it. So we have to fill it up. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just alter that camera again. Right. My cohort's in by the look of it. Yay! Hello there. How you going?
Yeah, lost track of time.
Sorry?
Said I lost track of time.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, I'm going to plonk you in the background there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Pat. It's a bark inclusion inside it. These posts are cypress, not cypress pine, but macrocarpa. They were cut 25 years or so ago, and they've been stacked outside. So they've been air dried, plus wet, plus air dried again, plus wet, plus air dried again. And the timber isn't punky, but it's slippery. It's got hard spots in it and soft spots. They've been mongrels of things to turn. And I must admit, I will be glad when this job is finished. G'day, Charlie. Tommy.
How you going, Pat? How you going, Tommy? How you going, Charlie? How you going, Sid?
Okay. Now, the first thing to do is chip away any bark in here first. And just use a normal chisel for that. I'll put the spindle lock in so that it doesn't spin on me. It's also got bark up in there, so we'll go right up into there just to see how deep they all are. Plus, there's a massive knot right here as well. It's got everything going for it, this lot. Oh, man. Solid timber at last. Good. And it's actually an advantage if you're a bit rough with these. Or leave a bit of a rough surface anyway for the filler. Now, what we use is fiberglass body filler, believe it or not. Now to make sure it keys properly, most of the time the body filler will stick to it, but on something this big I like to make sure it keys. So I just get a 22mm drill, or a 20mm, or any size drill really. And what I do is wobble it so that it sort of forms a dovetail down in behind it. Yeah, put another one in there. Rightio, clean out the hole, get rid of any loose stuff off it. Now I also drill the holes at a bit of an angle, so that it also helps lock it all in there. Now I'll put that up to the top. And mix up our brew. We've tried various fillers over the years, like Builder's Bog and a few others. But the trouble with most of the other fillers is that they are actually clay-based. And when you go to turn them off, it just takes the edge right off the chisels. So we've been using fiberglass carb filler for probably last 30 odd years, I suppose. Turns nicely. Now this is one used for a skew chisel to get this lid off. I've got, don't know, this one is so tight. Now, of course, most people would use a skew chisel to take the lid off that, but I don't. I'm not that much of a heathen yet. All I got to do now is find my can opener, which I thought I had here somewhere. I'll be blowed. Don't know where it's gone to. I had it 20 minutes ago when I was setting things up. Oh, no, that ain't going to work. There it is, underneath the lid, you fool. I don't use screwdrivers to take lids off because they can bend up. I don't use screwdrivers because they can bend up this little, I'll just widen that out a bit, I think. Because what happens is with a screwdriver, particularly on paint tins, is that you end up bending that lid and you can't get the thing off. That's a proper can opener thing. Or you can use a bicycle tyre lever, works fantastic as well. You don't bend the lid because the little curl in the base there goes right in underneath the lip and lifts it out. Okay, that's part of the recipe. Here's the other bits I need. A lot of the times we use what we call 3/4 inch putty, which is a normal base putty just for filling some holes, but this is about a 2-inch putty, this one. As you can see, we precisely measure the thing, the hardener. Oh, love the smell of filler. Problem is that everything that smells really good probably doesn't do you much good at all, really. For a job like this, I use a wide putty knife like this one, but old credit cards make good applicators as well. Of course, as usual, you've got to make sure it's all mixed well.
John McGee's just come in. How you going, John?
G'day, John. The man from Canada.
Yeah. Alaska. Yeah.
Oh, Tommy, you'd be pleased to know that it's swimming weather over here at the moment. It's 17 degrees, which is very cold to us.
You can keep that. It's about that here too. Perfect pommy weather, eh?
Yeah, they'd be out swimming.
Sharks will get them.
Now, I make sure that I get it right down into those holes before I get anywhere else. The filler itself will stick to itself very, very well, but sometimes if you've got a smooth surface, it doesn't like sticking to that. Ah. Ah, it's good fun puddling around in this. Reminds me of my childhood. Playing in puddles. Now it's just a matter of virtually filling up the hole. I'll just let that sit for a minute. Now, although I know that most of that's going to be turned off there, I always try to overfill it a little bit if I can, just to make sure. So I'll just mix up a little bit more in a minute. Now, I did say in the description that I found a new use for a skew chisel, besides opening tins or tomato steaks or whatever else, or slicing up your beans. It is great for scraping off putty knives. Like the old Burley bra ad, lifts and separates, you know. It works better than most scrapers because it's nice and sharp. Get rid of the stuff that's starting to go off here. I'll mix up another little batch in a minute. Yeah, I might be able to use that actually. Wow. missed out by about a tablespoonful, I reckon. Less than a tablespoonful. Oh well, such is life. Use a credit card for this one. It's all right, I'm talking to myself half of it. Ooh, this is going to be a hot mix, I think. You can tell by the colour. This is a medium weight filler. You can get lightweight fillers, but the problem is that they sag. Like if that went down along there, when you're trying to fill up here, it runs off and sags down. This is a medium weight filler, and it doesn't quite sag as much as the others. And then of course you can get fiberglass reinforced filler as well, and that's a bit of a beast to mix actually, but on a big hole that's almost semi-structural, it's absolutely fantastic because it's got sorry, go on.
I was going to say Ricky's rockets come in. How you going, Ricky?
G'day, Ricky. How are you? Very good. Like I say, it's like being a kid again, mucking around with plasticine and stuff like that. Radio, that'll do. Now we've just got to let it go. Normally when I've used a credit card, I don't bother trying to clean them off unless it snaps. Sometimes you can get it on when they've hardened, you just snap it and it'll peel off. But most of the time they end up in the bin. And that's basically how we fill holes. I'm not looking forward to doing this other end down here because there's another bark inclusion down here as well. So may have to go through the whole process again of doing this one. The only peeve that I've got is that it holds up while you're waiting for it to dry. Plus, it's all right, I suppose, because most veranda posts get painted, but you have this big pink blotch in the middle of it, which doesn't look real flash sometimes. We had some posts a few years ago that were so bad that I actually sent them out undercoated because they had pink all over them where bits kept breaking out of knots and crap. Shift all the stuff out of the way.
Tommy wants to know the drying time, Robbo.
Sorry?
Tommy would like to know the drying time.
About probably 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how hot you mix it. Like the dark pink one here, that'll probably be about a 10-minute mix. The other one will be about a 15 or 20, I'd say, because it's a bit lighter in colour. But once it starts going plastic or gets touch dry, you can start working on it in a lot of cases, and it just turns off even better than resin. It just comes off like a big strip, and it's still sufficient because of the chemical reaction and not like putty, which is relying on air to dry. You can fill a big hole like that, and it fills the whole thing and hardens right down to the base, not just progressively down from the top all the time. So that's the other reason we use it. And I believe that if you wanted to, you could probably add colours or whatever to it. Like if you're doing a bowl or something like that, you probably put some colour into it. I've never tried it, but it could be interesting, I suppose. As I said, the advantage of it is that excuse me. Like I could put another, if that didn't have enough in there, I could let it dry and whack another lot in on top of it, and it will bond to it. So you can build it up. That's starting to go off now. Now, if you give it another couple of minutes, you could turn that. You don't have to let it harden right up if you're in a bit of a hurry. In fact, what a lot of panel beaters do is they let it get to this stage and then run a body file over it because it lifts off a lot easier than when it hardens up. Now I'm curious to know what we've got up this end here, so I'll start turning that in a minute. Get that down to size, because that one falls right in the middle of the swell, I'd reckon, on the vase. Three metres, John. It's the length of the post. Yeah, it is. It is very strong, actually, Charlie. Like it's what they use in body repairs, like on cars and things like that. It's a good hand warmer on a day like today too, particularly the dark pink one. The heat coming off, it's pretty good. shift that out of the way. All right, I'll start knocking this down.
Hey,
Sorry.
Brian at Heartwood Turnings come in. How you going, Brian?
G'day, Brian. All right, let's have a quick look and see if that other bark inclusion is going to cause problems. Yeah, we're not down to it yet.
Rex has just come in. How you going, Rex?
G'day, Rex.
I'm gonna duck out of here and pop back in on my tablet, right?
Okay, all right. So those people in the chat, I'll just check every few minutes or so to see what's there, all right? Got a bit of an excavation here to do too, I think. Oh, yes. Another lovely hole. Just getting the camera from where would I put it? I photographed these to show the customer when he complains about the pink bits in it. No comments from the gallery, please. All right. More excavations. Oh, yeah. Now, I won't drill holes in this. What I'll do is I'll cut in on the angle underneath it to form a dovetail on it. So as it can key into the post. One thing about it, when it's like this, you can be a bit savage with it. Wrong one, you idiot. Empty the crap out from underneath it. Lovely, tell your mama. Another loose bit there by the look of it. Oh no. Right. Ah, come off. Now, what have I done with it again? And like all things to do with hardeners and things in it, you've got to make sure it's well mixed. Because if you don't, it'll fail. And it ain't no good blaming the manufacturer for it. Radio. Ah, come on. Now I puddle it to make sure there's no air bubbles or anything in underneath it. I got the right amount this time. Straight the board clean so it's nice and smooth for the next one if I need it. And I won't use the skew chisel this time, I'll just use the ordinary chisel. Mainly because it's here. And again, we just wait. This time I won't put the plastic lid on the top. No, I didn't have to go back to the others. I had one that was a whole big chunk came out because of a crack through it, and I had to fill it up. I just thought I didn't do that on camera or during a live or anything. But I just thought I knew I had to fill this one, so I thought people might be interested in seeing how I do it. On the other hand, it could be plain boring. Oh, g'day, Paul. How are you? Yeah, well, half the post decided to come away on it, Rex. So to get it circular again without a big flat side on it, I had to do a little bit of construction. Hey, you still there, Joe? Oh, wait on. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, that's all right. I left my shed and went on my tablet.
Yeah.
You better have one of these. I gave one to Sid, so you better have one too.
Oh, thank you. Looks Looks like exploding foam.
I
You
don't
saw it,
say
right?
that. The cook's next to me. I wouldn't say that too loud.
G'day, I'm sorry if I muck up your name there. Matamari, is it? Henry. Yeah, I've been going pretty well actually, except for a few minor problems. And there's Di in here as well, is he? You in here, Neil? Sorry, I haven't been able to watch the chat.
You can take me off the screen.
Sorry?
You can take me off the screen.
Yeah, I will in a second.
Yeah, these are all yours. I don't want it anymore.
Oh, now you got two. Rightio, now you can eat in peace. Now that's sticky. It's nearly off at the moment, and I'll show you how it'll turn with it still soft, not hard, but set. I know that sounds funny. Probably make a liar out of me and fly out. I'll just move this camera down a bit. And put it on telephoto. Good Neil. Yeah, playing with the carbog again. I love the smell of it. But then I like the smell of most of the things you shouldn't like smelling, I suppose.
My mind does wander, Robbo.
I know. All right. So that's still tacky at the moment, but it's quite firm. So just to show you what it looks like when you start turning it with it still like that. And you end up with nice plastic shavings like that, like you're turning resin. And that's the ideal time to do it, really, because it makes it much easier to get it down flat. Like so. I'll finish. I'll wait for that to harden up properly now, and then I'll continue on starting to mark out the post and start turning it again. I could say something, Ricky, but I won't. No, Neil, I was just showing that when it reaches its plastic state, you can turn it. Oh, post. Oh, yeah, right. The integrity of the post is fine at the moment. It's only about an inch or so deep on that big one that I filled up earlier on. But the problem with the posts is that they were cut 25 years ago, but they've been out in the weather, so they've been dry, wet, dry, and it's macrocarpa, and macrocarpa is a mongrel to get a good finish on. So it's got a hard spots, soft spots. Part of it is still wet because where it was sitting in the pile. Yeah, it is out there too, Tommy. That's why I didn't say anything. You wouldn't want to smell my bog after in the morning sometimes. No, get away from that. Of course, it's very hard to get a good finish off the chisel because there's little flaky bits. Like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it just loves to pick out. Plus, it's got more knots than a scout camp. So, all in all, a great job. But I said yes before I had a chance to say no when he told me what the timber was. Like, they're only rough sawn, as you can see. They haven't been machined or anything else. Fortunately, he sent enough up that we could reject quite a few to get at least 12 good posts out of a lot of them. Even one of them has still got a slight bend in it, but they're not square. They're parallelograms in most cases. So I told him about it. He said, just go ahead and do it. So I did, or I am. The trouble is the workshop's got to be absolutely cleaned out by Friday morning. I've still got 7 of these left to do. Well, 6 on the pile and number 7's in the lathe. Because it's my granddaughter's 18th birthday on Saturday. And guess where they're having it? Yeah, I'll show you in a minute, Rex. It's actually pink. Lovely shade of pink. Yeah, it smells when you're mixing it. Why do you think I'm happy so much? I got nitrocellulose lacquers and lacquer thinners and all sorts of things. The only thing I don't like the smell of is acetone. No, only one Christmas party this year, Neil. My family's. Julie's family's decided that they're having it at one of my niece's place because she's got a new house and she wants to show it off to everybody. So thanks, Rex. Yeah, so the workshop will be clean for a week. Because I'm not going to, like the kids are all coming down on Friday to decorate it all for her. So they'll leave the decorations there until Christmas time. Fortunately, the customer doesn't need these until first fortnight in until the until the middle of January. Sorry, I got interrupted by somebody that just walked in the door. Yeah, that'll be good, Neil. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, lovely. Tell your mama. Okay. All right, I'll finish just getting this down to round, and then I'll show you what it turns like, Rex, when I get there. Slippery timber, this stuff.
Hey,
All right.
got shoulder cam.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I can't move it around either.
Brian's leaving.
Yeah, see you later, Brian. Thanks for coming in. Right, just mark it out now. I can find my pencil. Now, just to show you what it turns like, Rex, I'll do this part here first. No, wait on, I'll fix up this part here before I move the rest. Bloody stringy stuff. Come out, you mongrel. Get a clean cut. Right. There's our original patch there, Rex. I'll cut down into it in a minute.
Terry's just come in. How you going, Terry?
G'day, Terry. Those of you that have been watching the other earlier ones of me working away on these posts have probably noticed that I've changed my setup a little bit. I haven't got the long rest in here anymore. I found I was getting too far away from the parts down here to get an accurate measurement. So I've had to resort to the old way of using a storyboard on it. Right. Just mark these out so they can see where the details are. I'll just show Rex this, and then I might just have a quick chat. Put the fillet in there. The next bit. My shoulder's still in the way, is it? Jay?
Nah, you're all right there.
Right here.
Now you're not.
Sorry?
I said, now you're not.
Yeah, I know. I'll move in a minute.
Peter Cochrane's just come in. How you going, Peter?
G'day, Peter. I'll sort that out when I get round to the side. This is just to show Rex what it looks like when you've turned it. And there's our patch there, Rex. So it turns just like the timber. In fact, in some cases, it's actually softer than what the timber is. And once it gets painted, nobody knows the difference. Right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah. Not a lot. So that's how we fill up holes in veranda posts and other things. If they're being painted, it's fine. Like if you're staining anything, don't use fiberglass filler in it because it will not take a stain and you'll see that colour in everything. You're better off using other products that are better off for it. No, I never do, Neil. These are on a set price. I have to admit, these are the worst posts I've done for many, many years. It's part of the reason why I go away turning cypress and cypress pine for this. Turn a lot of cypress stools and stuff, but they don't mind the cracks in them. Adds character, they say. Uh, 7, Terry. I've got 5 done so far, so it's not bad considering the way I feel these days. Not like the old days where we used to do 200 a month for a for Lardner's timber in Cranbourne. Oh yes, yes, definitely. Be glad to see the end of this lot. Like most of the time, I actually enjoy doing veranda posts, but this has been one headache after another from the start. Geez, you're out of bed late, Rex. According to me, it's 4 o'clock in the morning where you are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I might call it a night. I've just about had enough. I'm on the night shift at the moment. It's 10 past 9 at night here. And it's getting down to 15 degrees, so it's a little bit chilly. Swimming weather for you Englishmen, I know, but not for us Aussies. All right. See you later, Neil. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Jay, for earworming in the background there.
That's all right.
Yeah, sorry, Terry, I can't get in on many of your lives. At the moment, they're midnight out here, or 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's either too late or too early, one or the other. All right. I'll bring you in, Jay. See you later, Pat. You been copping much of the rain up there, Pat, or not? Okay. See you all later, tree people and everybody else. Good night. Stay safe. Bye. Thanks, Jay. Close the broadcast first, Robbo.
That'd be a good idea.
Oh, that's good. All right. See you all later. Bye.
Bye.